Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Swedish Functional Restoration Program. It's great to have you, and although it is unusual circumstances and times, we are making this work, and we're all really excited to offer you this program in a whole new capacity, a whole new way, virtually. It's pretty exciting. So my name is Tim Zeppelak. I am a physical therapist here at Swedish, and I'm a pain specialist. I've been doing this for 22 years. Pain's been my specialty the entire time. So it's exciting for me always to work with you guys, and we've got I think a really neat program to offer everyone. So again, welcome. And without further ado, let's dive into things. We've got a lot of coursework and information to work through. Let's dive in. Here we go. I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you guys. So you should see right there the physical therapy lecture pulled up. I'm just going to hide myself so we can focus on the lecture and dive into this information. So you should see this PT lecture pulled up, and you'll have this in your binder as well, your online binder, I guess, that Ariana has sent out to you guys. And this is the same lecture that we give anybody who's been going through the in-person program. So you'll see on the side here is all the different slides. Of course, in the center is going to be the slide that I'm talking about. So let's go to slide 2 about just what to expect in physical therapy. And that's actually a picture from our office, and it overlooks Mount Rainier. It's really pretty. And you'll see that from our PT gym. So should you ever make it into the physical therapy gym, you will see that view. It's really quite amazing. All right. So what to expect? The physical therapy sessions are really all about how we can empower you to manage your own body. We want to give you practical methods to help you control your pain. We want to help you improve your tolerance to daily activities. And one of the ways is to establish an aerobic exercise program. Of course, we want to teach you how pain works in the body and the nervous system, and help you to learn the appropriate intensity markers with your body, and how to exercise, how to function, how to move. But essentially, this is about learning active self-management tools. Okay, we're going to move to slide 3 here. So we are not about the whole mentality of no pain, no gain, or just pushing through the pain. We're not going to do that to you. We're not torturers here. Okay, I'm not a torturer. I'm here to help you and support your process. In fact, there is a very different, comfortable approach that we're going to educate you on. I'm going to educate you guys on about how to approach pain with movement and how to work with it to really make things comfortable. We're also not going to talk a lot about passive self-management tools, such things as manual therapy, massage, joint mobilization, kinesiotaping, electrical stimulation, ultrasound. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. One, um, most of the research for persistent pain or chronic pain issues is around active self-management strategies or exercise. All right, these tools that like kinesiotaping and massage therapy and whatnot, that might be really good for short-term pain relief, but it might not be so good for long-term pain relief. And that's just kind of what the research tells us. Again, hey, if you want to go in and get a massage, wonderful. That's great. If you have the money and the time to go get a massage once a week or once a couple of weeks and it helps you, great, right? But of course, what are you going to do to help your body on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis? Okay, so I'm just going to fiddle here for a second with a couple different things. One moment. And okay. Sorry, I'm just checking different controls here with my system. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So we also are here to help you address your goals. Your goals are really important. If you don't have goals, if you don't have a trajectory with where you're going with things, then it's really hard to make progress, right? Um, Everything is designed around where are we moving toward? What is our direction? How are we designing this program of exercises to lead you to a new place in life, right? To new functions. So that's how we really design a physical exercise program is like towards a trajectory, towards your specific goals. So they're really, really important. Um, so of course, along that path, we want to help you establish a comfortable and achievable movement program to regain an active lifestyle and improve your pain, right? I always say to everyone that a movement program is free medicine for life. It's once you learn it and it's kind of ingrained in your daily pattern, you can do this every day, twice a day, or however much you want, and it's free. It's wonderful. It's great. I also say to everyone that regardless of whether or not you're in pain or your health status, everyone really needs an appropriate and regular movement program to maintain their health. I liken it to, and you can see this here, I'm trying to highlight this with my cursor. Hopefully you can see that. Again, this is my first time doing a recorded lecture here, so you're gonna have to bear with me as I kind of fumble through this, but hopefully you can see my little cursor there that says it's kind of like, like taking a shower every day or maintaining your car. It's like any kind of personal hygiene that we give our bodies, right? It's just like that. Just like we need to keep our teeth clean, keep our bodies clean, keep our cars clean, vacuum them out, get it, gas it up, get the, change the oil. Movement is the same thing for our body. We often forget about that, or we just don't know about that. That movement, has so many different positive and beneficial effects on our body, um, just to help maintain health, much less pain. So overall, we have several different things that we're kind of moving toward with our exercise program. So number one, we want to increase the body's tissue tolerance to load, activity, and function. All right, so that's a really big thing where the more that we are moving and our body is responding to movement, it's going to increase its tolerance or its adaptivity to all this load and stimulus that we're offering it. The second thing on the second hyphenated bullet point here is we want to lower the sensitivity of the nervous system. So yes, we're going to increase the tissue tolerance to load. And then secondly, yes, we're going to lower the sensitivity or the sensitization of the nervous system, peripheral and central. And then lastly, and this is a little more complex, we'll get into this more later, but we want to decrease or lower these pain memories, these etchings, these, these learned responses of pain in the body, okay? We want to change those pain memories through non-threatening, gradual and graded return to movement and function. We call that graded exercise. So it's kind of like a pattern that we want to change in the body. And if we look at pain in that way, which you'll learn more about during these lectures, is going to start to make a little bit more sense. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So generally in our physical therapy, we cover these elements. We have individual sessions where we focus on specific things to you, teach you these active interventions, active self-management strategies, give you an aerobic exercise program, and we discuss things like pain neuroscience education. We have physical therapy lectures, which is what you're getting right now. And again, what you're receiving is what anybody else will be receiving. We also have movement classes too. Generally speaking, we're still kind of in the phases of whether or not we're going to offer these online with you guys or not. At this point, it looks like we're not going to offer those, but that may change in the future. We're also going to talk a lot about flare-up planning and how do you manage these pain spikes when they occur, these pain spikes when they happen. Next slide. We're gonna talk about and hopefully educate you on strengthening. All right. Um, how to increase the load capacity or load tolerance using resistance or weights and whatnot, so that your body can handle more mechanical stress. We're gonna talk about stretching, the benefits of stretching. Essentially, stretching is lengthening soft tissue. Why is this important? Well, hey, when your muscles are looser, that's less pressure on your nerves, right? Less pressure on all these sensitive nerves, and things can move easier. There's less pressure on joints. Joints can, move and glide more easily, right? They're not being squeezed by tight muscles or fascia. And everybody always generally asks, and if they don't ask, I say this anyway, that how long should I stretch for, right? And my one therapist told me I should stretch for 30 seconds, and somebody else said I should stretch for 10 seconds. Well, hey, guess what? The research is kind of mixed. Um, Start with what's comfortable. Start with 5 or 10 seconds with your stretch or whatever is comfortable in your comfort zone. And then over time, you can build that, as your body adapts and gets more comfortable, you can build that so that your tolerances may be up to 20 or 30 seconds. But don't just fall into a set number because somebody told you that's the best. Just kind of feel out what's best for your body. Okay. We also say that when you're stretching, the more that you can breathe during that stretch to melt away the tension, using your breath to engage the body and engage the nervous system, relax the central nervous system and autonomic nervous system. That helps to couple I should say couple or go hand in hand with the mechanical process of stretching to really deepen the stretch and allow for more softening to happen. All right, next slide. Um, so we are going to talk about aerobic exercise, right? We're going to, in fact, I think many of you have already gotten started on an aerobic exercise program. If you haven't, we will soon. But this is really, really important, not just to train your cardiovascular system, but for pain, it's really, really important to produce and release a lot of pain relieving opiates or pain relieving substances in your body to fight pain and to counteract pain. So it's good for a lot of different things. It's good not just for your heart and lungs and circulatory system and really immune system and our brain and our gut and sleep and mood and so many things, but it's good for pain because of how it changes our biochemistry and for how it increases the tolerance of our tissues to withstand mechanical loading if we slowly progress this over time. And you'll see that this can take many different forms. This could be brisk walking, this could be jogging, dancing, swimming, biking. It can be many different forms, and we're going to talk more about that later in soon. I think it'll be coming up soon. And then motor control. We're going to hopefully integrate into your program motor control training. And really what that is it's retraining your brain and body for healthier and more effective movement patterns. What we say is right down here, motor control is the ability to activate the right muscles and the right amount at the right time, and also be able to relax the right muscles at the right amount and at the right time. All right. It's being able to move your body in the way that you want to move it at the time you want to move it, right? Having appropriate uh, sensations and sensory input to your awareness, and also appropriate output, moving things in the way you want to move it and in the most efficient way possible too. All right, that works for you and works for your life and for whatever kind of movement you're trying to initiate at that moment. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stop this lecture here. Um, and so I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop this. Yep. And I'm going to continue the lecture on the following slide with another recording. Okay. Just so we can break these up into smaller pieces. So Again, thank you for attending the very first lecture. And again, we're all kind of learning here, so bear with me as I learn this technology as well. I will see you guys soon on the next recording. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. All right. And as we move through things, it's only going to get more interesting. So if I'm boring you now, just hang in there. It's going to get better. All right. So